The line that we used to have on our spinnaker pole was really old. We broke it trying to lift the pole up, and so we're going to replace the stainless steel cable with some Dyneema. Got part of it already done. This part is hooked to one side. This is where you lift it up. We're going to put a splice in the end of this and make it the right length. We're going to put an eye splice in the end. Got a length of line that is about 60 times the diameter. We're going to put a loop in the end. Now this is where it gets a little bit weird. You have to put this back through itself, which requires a bigger fid. We're going to make basically a locking loop in it. So you have to pull one line going through this way. Then we're going to pull this whole line back through itself. There's two ways to do this. You can either take this end and pull it through itself and take a twist out of it, or you can pull this end all the way through it. So what happens is one rope goes through the other, and then the other rope goes through the first rope. So this little end came through here, and then the other one comes through it. And when you pull them tight, they'll lock on one another. Then we're going to put this tail all the way inside this long piece. Some people will cut this first, other people cut it later. I like to cut it later. Now we're going to take this end and taper it. So to taper it, we're going to go every other braid and pull it out. So you can also just tear it apart and cut it. That's sort of the Tudor method. Now this will have an effect of thinning the lines for the tapers. And now you'll see why a lot of people just take it all apart and cut it, because it tends to not matter. Dyneema is really tough stuff. It's hard to cut. And how important is this? Not really. It's about tapering it so you don't have hard edges. So in the end, you've got a piece to pull back inside here that makes a smooth edge. Now the line is buried in here. This part that we tapered comes down smooth. Now with this type of a locking loop here, where we went both sides through each other, you don't have to whip it, right? You don't have to sew it. It's not going anywhere. It can't, because the two lock against one another. There you go. We're making a soft shackle with just a knot. First by making a figure-8 knot on the end, or a stop knot. To hook them into place, come through and over the top.
The other soft shackle works, but we were going to try a different kind we had done some research on. It has a slightly different process and uses a lot more rope.
Okay, so now, because Dyneema is so slippery, you can pull the center piece out and make the loop bigger, or you can pull the center piece in and make the loop smaller. And that will tighten around a knot that you put in this end. And you can then put the knot through, and then you can tighten it up. And if you want to get it out, you just pull on this, it comes out. So now, we have to come up with a good knot, put in the end of this.
And with all the rope shackles done, it's now time to lift the spinnaker pole and see if it works.
You found. That was exciting.